Last week on Hounded by Harvey, Sidney Bomer interrupted his Las Vegas vacation to address a Category 4 hurricane headed toward Houston. He and his colleague, Tomas Martinez, created and executed plans to keep their treatment plants operational during the worst of the tropical cyclone. While several plants handled the storm just fine, most suffered damages. Damages that were assessed a week after landfall, when water had finally receded.
We had some motors that we're going to have to replace, and we're still got to replace. We have a lot of switch gear that went underwater. We had offices that had several feet of water where we had to come back in and do some remediation, remove the floors, walls, that type of thing. Most of it was switch gear, electronics, blower, motors, and that type of thing.
For a short period of time, you can probably get it back up and running with minimal damage. But this was sitting in probably wastewater. It had a lot of debris in it and all that stuff for 2 weeks in some cases. And in that case, those equipment are pretty much, like your car, it gets flooded. You got to get it replaced. Once they're flooded, there's not a whole lot you can do until the rain is stopped and the water starts subsiding. Some of it needed help, so we had to bring out equipment once the storm was passed to dewater our facilities and in order for us to get to the equipment.
But getting around was the greatest barrier to recovery at wastewater treatment plants in Houston. With water blanketing the city, transportation was limited. So limited, in fact, that it posed dangers to plant operators.
We had to do an airboat rescue for one of our plants, Southwest. We had people stationed there. We had to do an airboat rescue so we could at least get them out so we can get them some food, because they hadn't eaten in a couple days. So we were fortunate to get those guys out, get them some food. But most of the biggest challenge was getting the places.
The people keeping these plants running live in the communities where they work. Their homes and families were just as damaged by the storm as the public they are working for. A handful of maintenance workers had their homes flooded, but as is the case when times are tough, you learn the true character of those around you.
I had maybe about 5 different families staying with me.
Okay.
And the guys that work for me. So I told them that if they needed somewhere to go stay, they can go to my house, and so they went over there.
Yeah.
You take care of the people around you. I mean, when tragedy hits or hard time, you get to see what people are really made of.
With the worst of the storm behind them, Bomer and Martinez took a breath. They began to reevaluate the positions of their plants. Could the next storm be handled even better?
If we can keep these plants operational during these storms and can continue to treat wastewater, then of course we're doing a great favor to the environment and the downstream users.
Next week on Hounded by Harvey.